Well, hello. Today I'm going to explain you how to use vectors. Vectors are just like arrays, but with a huge difference that their size can be modified. And also, well, its downside is that they run slower than arrays, but if you don't care about that, your top choice should be vectors. Well, here vectors, as I told you before, their size can be modified, but well, let's begin by saying how a vector can be declared. Here we have first you have to write vector. Later you have to type to write the type of vector you're going to have. But it's like more common that you're going to use integers. Later on you have to declare the name of your vector. In this case is number. Uh, and later, well, you have the option of plugging in like the number of elements it's going to have, or maybe you want to plug in like actually the elements like 4, 53, whatever, you know. In this case, what we're doing here is that we are plugging the elements after we created a vector. So as you can see with the function pushback, you can do that. What these functions do is it inserts values. Yeah, it can be values in the vectors. So it's really useful. Another useful function that you can use is size. If you write the name of the vectors dot size, it will return you the number of elements that your vector currently have. Uh, well, if you didn't saw my previous video about arrays, well, you should know that you can consider vectors just like little boxes where you can store values and then display them. For example, here we are displaying, or not only display, you can also modify them or do whatever you want with them. But here we are displaying the values. For example, here you can see that we are displaying the vector that is in position 0. Oh, also, if you didn't saw my previous video, you should always remember that the computers start counting in 0. So, for example, if your vector is size 3, your last position will not be numbers 3. It will actually be numbers 2 because it starts counting in 0. So 3 will be like 0, 1, and 2. So you have your three elements right there. Just so you can, just so you know. Here what we are doing is displaying the number that is in the position 0 or in the first position. And here you can see that we are using the function size. Um, well, basically vectors are just like arrays, but they are easier to use. Mm, well, I think that would be all. I don't know if I can explain you something else. As you can see, vectors work in a really easy way. Well. Yeah, I mean, like vectors aren't that hard, and they are a great tool, so you should really learn to use them and all the functions related with them. Because I mean, pushback and size aren't the only functions. You can also use like the function number dot reserve, I believe, or something like that. That it will save you certain values for your it will guarantee that your vector has a space for certain number of elements. Uh, but I mean, well, vectors are really easy to use. I hope you understood everything, and if you have any questions, please post it in the comments. Thanks for your attention.